All right, folks, this is a live stream, and I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this video up, but if you're watching it, it's going to be up at least a day if you're watching this on a replay. But right now, it's a live stream, and I will be interacting with the viewers. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the new iPet Goat video, and I'm not sure if it's going to get a copyright infringement. And when I say I'm sorry, not the new iPet Goat, but the guys who made the iPet Goat 2 video, they put out a video which I saw the very first day they put it out. But they put out a video after all these years, like 11 something years, 11, 12 years, whatever it's been. They put out a new video on their channel because they only had one video. That Heliofont is the name of the channel. Heliofont put out an iPet Goat. I mean, they put the iPet Goat 2 video out, and they put a new video out. It's filmed, I guess, in Montreal, in Quebec or something like that, Quebec, whatever the heck. And let's watch the video. And there's no, the person doesn't talk. All it does is film and just go straight ahead. All right. Basically, it's 100%. All they wanted to do was it was a scripted from beginning to end, and there's nothing in the video, but of course, there is some message there, but, this is just all speculation, But anyway, let's watch it. Hold on, folks. And by the way, my screen on my phone is cracked, so. Hold on. So the first thing we see is obviously the Ferris wheel, which we know connects to the Seattle Great Wheel next to the Space Needle in Seattle. It looks just like that. Well, but then again, every new Ferris wheel is going to look like that, And the Ferris wheel in Seattle, the Great Wheel, the construction date started on 4/17 in 2012, I think. But what's interesting about the date 4/17, because 4/17 is when the Space Needle construction started also. But they did not open on the same day, obviously. Construction started, the Space Needle in Seattle opened 4/21, 1962. And the Ferris wheel opened. By the way, who knows what that words in Spanish were just now? What did that Spanish word say? And look, there's a crossbones on the left over there. Did you see that? Look on the left on the wall. There's like a crossbone right there. I mean, a pirate with a crossbone. But anyway, the Ferris wheel opened in 2012, I think on June 29th or something. So that's really no connection with the dates. And I'm just talking over this because there's nothing in this video. All right? Yeah, I know. Supposedly, there's some pyramids to the right of that building that you're seeing, that kind of colorish building, the white and orange or red colorish building. Way to the right, you can't see it. There's pyramids at the end of that thing. Someone was telling me that. You'd have to look on Google Map for that. Yeah, I know. It's so ridiculous. Like, what's the point of this video? Yeah, obviously there's some kind of message to it, but what is the message? Is it just to make truthers look stupid? That way they dig for things that aren't there, you know what I mean? So look what it says on that building. What it is it's a brain. I mean, it looks like a brain, but actually it's called the SOS labyrinth. We'll get into that in a moment. But look at the number 16 on that hanger. Did you see the number 16 over there? Anyway, hold on, folks. Hold on. Oh, man, hold on. So, yeah. So, basically, the number one thing is the very first thing we see is that great wheel. I mean, the Ferris wheel, which connects to Seattle Space Needle, which is right next to the Ferris wheel, right, in Seattle, the Great Wheel in Seattle. And I told you guys that the word wheel, the word wheel equals the same as the word sheep in Gematria, exact same numbers. Sheep equals wheel. And the backwards numbers of the word wheel and sheep, because it equals the same, is the word Seattle. So Seattle has 8219 numbers in the forward numbers of Seattle, and sheep is 8219 backwards. So it does have some connections to that. And but anyway, and what happens to sheep? They get slaughtered. Do you get what I'm saying? And Seattle slew was the Triple Crown winner on June 11th, 1977, which I explained to you guys. This is the same year that Elvis died. Seattle slew. Okay? Slew means to violently kill. Slew. Just like Cain slewed Abel. Okay? The biblical story. Anyway, so they put out this, okay, and then they get to the end of the video, and they show this hanger 16, it's called. And the 16, I explained to you guys how important that number is. Yeah, nobody knows how old that video is. They could have just uploaded it that day. That's it. Exactly. Someone's saying that video could be 20 years old for all we know. Yeah, nobody knows, Anyway, so they have the hanger 16. I told you how important the 16 is because Elvis died on the 16th day. He died in the 16th state. And Elvis was born in the 1st month. Trump's born in the 6th month. That's the 1-6 connection. And I told you Armenian Christmas. I'm Armenian. Armenian Christmas was on 1-6. Is on 1-6. And the insurrection happened on 1-6. Everything's about the 1-6. And the first president, Lincoln, was killed. It was the 16th president. And the 16th letter of the alphabet is the P. And I told you the word P-E-E equals the word God. And, in the iPad Goat video, they had a hangman. And it's interesting that it was a hanger. I mean, I'm just showing you all the connections here. And hold on one second. Yeah, someone's saying that maybe they want to show us how calm and peaceful life is before all hell breaks loose. Yeah, that's funny. Definitely possible. Anyway, so and that building where it looked like there was a brain, and it said SOS labyrinth on it. What that is, first of all, it says SOS, but it looks like a brain. And even in the iPad Goat video, there was a brain, but it's not a brain. It's a maze. That thing is a maze. M-A-Z-E. You try to go through it. They changed the the maze every 2 weeks or something. So it's a stupid. I looked at the video of it, somebody going through that maze. It's the dumbest thing ever. And anyway, so again, they're showing you it's some kind of, you have to figure out the maze. You get what I'm saying? So other than that, I don't really. But here's the thing. But what's interesting is the time of the video. Okay, what was the time of the video? It was 3 minutes 26 seconds. And what? Listen to this. What was the date of the Seattle Kingdom implosion?
March 26, 2000.
326. 326 was the Kingdom implosion. 326. And it was 3 minutes 26 seconds, that video. And you know what the area code of Seattle is? It's 206. Seattle's area code is 206. And this video was 3 minutes 26 seconds. How many seconds is 3 minutes 26 seconds?
3.43333 minutes is equal to 206 seconds.
It's 206 seconds. And Seattle's area code is 206. You see that? And you know the word God is 26, and it's got a crown on it, see? 206. 26 with a crown. The word God with a crown, you know, God equals 26. But 206 is the area code for Seattle. It's 3 minutes 26 seconds long. The Seattle Kingdom implosion, where they brought down the kingdom, was 326, and 326 seconds, I mean 3 minutes 26 seconds is 206 seconds on the time scale. Okay? So it's just interesting, you know what I mean? And interestingly enough, 206, its backward number of 206 would be, look, check this out. 206 would be 602, right? And you get 808, right? You see, 206 backwards would be 602, right? 808. And you know Hawaii area code, and I'll get to why I'm showing you the 602 in a minute. Hawaii area code is 808, and that's Elvis's favorite vacation place, and that's where Obama was supposedly born. And I told you that he did his satellite, the biggest concert ever, the satellite. Over 1.5 billion people watched. 1.5 billion. In 1973, Elvis did a satellite concert. Satellite sounds like Seattle-lite, okay? That's what they call Seattle. People from Seattle are called Seattleites, all right? Yeah, it's 88 with a crown. But you know what's interesting? Besides this being the Hawaii area code, the 602 is the backwards of 206, right? Which is the Seattle area code. What is the 602? And you know what I tell you Elvis is, right? What is the Phoenix, Arizona area code?
According to Arizona Corporation Commission, the 602 NPA borders the west side of the 480 NPA.
So 602 and 480 is their area codes for Phoenix, because Elvis is the Phoenix. Isn't that weird that the 602 area code is the backwards of 206, and that's where Phoenix is? You know, I told you it all connects, because that's why Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state, and where was the 42nd Super Bowl? At Phoenix University Stadium. It was called the Phoenix University. Now it's called State Farm, and state equals Janus, which I told you, which anagram for Seattle is EL state. EL state. EL means God. L this. Seattle anagram is L state. State equals Janus in Gematria. State equals Janus, the two-faced God, which is Elvis and Trump, the past, present God. The God of portals, past and present, the PP. Anyway, Janus equals state. Now it's State Farm, that Phoenix University Stadium. And that's I believe that's the area code of it, you know, of that stadium. What is the telephone number for State Farm Stadium in Arizona?
State Farm Stadium.
Oh, this says 623.
623-433-7101.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know that it's got, well, I'm not sure, but you know what's funny is look at the number 623, and then it says 433-7101. So that's like the 433 is the 84th prime. 84th prime is 433, and then 7101 is the 711 connection. But oh, here's another one. There it is, right here. See, 602. That's one of their numbers. The ticket office is 602. The other number is 623. So they have two phone numbers. Oh, you know, I don't understand why, but that's what it says. What is the address for State Farm Stadium in Arizona?
State Farm Stadium is at 1 Cardinals Drive, Glendale, Arizona, 85305.
See, and I told you I live in Glendale, California, and it's in Glendale, Arizona, you know. I mean, you just, like I said, you think it's a coincidence, you're crazy. And you know I told you that I live in the 1818 area code. You see what I'm saying? And I told you Elvis and his twin were born on 1818. You know, his identical twin was born on the same day, right? They're both born on 1818. And I live in the 1818 area code. Now, you just ask yourself again, why would the guy who breaks the matrix have all these connections to Elvis? Why do I have to be the one? Why couldn't it have been somebody from whatever, you know, from New York, you know, where the 818 area code is not there? I'm just saying, why did Keanu Reeves have to be born in Beirut, Lebanon, where I was born? Why was he born in the same hospital as me? I'm just asking you folks, what is the chances of all this? You know, we can go on and on and on, you know. Anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I was just telling you. So I was telling you that that the 206 area code is Seattle, and 3 minutes 26 seconds is 206 seconds total. 206 area code is Seattle, and that's how long that video was, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. And the Seattle Kingdom was brought down. Kingdom sounds like kingdom because they're going to bring down the kingdom of the L state, Seattle, EL state is going to be imploded, folks. You understand? The kingdom. Anyway, kingdom sounds like kingdom, right? And anyway, I'm getting lost here. Anyway, folks, so let me show you this. Hold on. What do I want to show you first? So hold on, folks. Do I want to show this? Man, I don't want to get sidetracked here. So we were talking about that iPad goat video. I'm gonna show something about Trump and his head wound connecting to JFK, which I've shown before. But once you see what I'm about to show you, how it all connects, you'll see that there's no way this is a coincidence, and that it's 100% his head wound's going to happen on August 4th. Trump's head wound. But there's one other thing I want to show you that connects to this George Bush Jr. But I'm trying to think, are we done with this iPad goat thing? Does there anyone want to say something about this iPad goat thing before I talk about something else? Um, yeah, I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see any comments. So let's. Like I said, folks, I'm trying to see if there's anything I forgot about that video with the iPad. Listen, I don't. The reason I don't want to show the other iPad goat video, the original one, is because it's going to get a copyright infringement. I think that music has a copyright on it. You know, I don't want to show the whole video because everyone's seen it already. Okay, they show Obama, they show Bush. You know, they have other stuff in there. I told you but what's important about that iPad goat video is, let me see if I can bring it up on my phone here, where I had hold on, it's where I show the apple dropping, and I'm gonna show you what. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, so yeah. I see your comment. I did see it earlier, but I forgot to talk about it. Yeah. So that warehouse that had the Hangar 16, if it is an empty warehouse, that would make sense how it connects to Elvis, because Elvis, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. Pay attention, folks. He was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, which is the 20th state, Mississippi. Then he moves to Memphis, Tennessee, and Tennessee is the 16th state. Remember, I told you the 16, 20, 2016. That's why it all started at that time when Trump comes back. So Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, which is TM. Then he moves to Memphis, Tennessee, which is MT, because Elvis's tomb is MT. Get it? Empty. And that's what that's about. And MT equals 33. So you have TM, which is Tupelo, Mississippi. Then he moves to MT, which is MT equals 33, because M is the 13th letter, T is the 20th letter. So TMMT, right? 33 plus 33 equals 66, and the word twin equals 66, and that's how many years it was from Elvis's birthday to the date the Twin Towers fell, was 66 years, 8 months, 4 days. Okay, so everything connects, folks. All right, and I'm not going to get into the whole thing about why 9/11 fell. That's so obvious. I've shown it 1,000 times. But let me just show you real quick. And by the way, the word tomb, I think it equals the word June, just like Bush and a few other things. Forget it. Don't mind me. Ignore that last one. Even though I'm correct, but I ignore it. Bush equals June, you know what I mean? Because Bush was the 9/11 president, and the next 9/11 is in June. Bush equals June. So let's look at this real quick. So, on the ground, yeah, I don't have it here, but on the ground, when that girl in the video drops the apple on that iPad Goat 2 video, she drops the apple, okay, and it rolls past. By the way, it's rolling on a checkerboard floor. Okay, you know all about the Freemasonry stuff, the duality. You know, that's what that whole thing's about. Elvis is seen as the light O, Trump is the dark O, the Donnie Darko. Do you understand? Elvis is the angel of light. That's why you have the black and white, the light and the darkness. Anyway, so the apple rolls past. It rolls on the ground after the girl drops it, and the apple, it passes these two letters, LC. or it could be a 7 and a C, okay? So LC, now watch this. Oh, hold on. So LC could be any of these three things. It could be the letter C, which it was. It said LC. That's what it said when the apple rolled by. So it could be the word C, S-E-E, as in vision, or S-E-A, as in sea, okay, like Seattle. And L could be E-L for saying God out of the sea. Get it? L-C, S-E-A, or, you know, Elvis, right? And you have C apple, get it? Because you have the C apple, sounds like Seattle. All right. Anyway, so this apple, it passes the C. The L is over here. You can't see it. But anyway, so it passes the C. It hits the boot of Obama. But the boot was also being worn by George Bush. George Bush turned into Obama in the video. So George Bush was wearing this boot. Then Obama is in his shoes, because that's all. They're just puppets, okay? Pay attention. So the George Bush turns into Obama, and Obama was wearing a graduation hat because August 4th is, you know, like kind of like the end date of this, okay? Watch what I'm showing you. So the apple hits Obama's boot. Obama is August 4th. Get it? August 4th is right here. So it hits the boot. Then it bounces back and splits in half, okay? The apple. And what comes out of the apple? Because remember, this is the sea. Seattle, the water, the sea. It splits in half. And this lotus, which is rebirth, comes out of the splitting of the apple. And what does the apple represent, folks? It represents Washington. Washington is the apple state. Okay? Washington is the apple state. You understand? That's what that represents. It's like the #1 producer of apples, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so, and remember, it hits Obama's boot and comes back. Okay? And right, and Seattle, pay attention, folks. Seattle, what was its original name? Because, you know, the Big Apple is New York, and that's where Manhattan is, right? Manhattan, the first 9/11 happened in New York. And what was Seattle named? What was the first name of Seattle before? Hold on. Was Seattle called New York?
According to Seattle.gov, white settlers came to the Seattle area in 1851, establishing a town site they first called New York, and then at...
See? So Seattle is called New York. New York, the Big Apple. Do you get it? So the Seattle is connected to the apple again. All right? That's what I'm trying to show here. And that boot is August 4th. That's what's important. The, you know, and you know, Elvis, he used to wear the phoenix bird on his outfits in concert. He used to wear the dragon, the phoenix, the peacock. Okay? See, the Washington is the apple, you know, the apple state. And you know what's interesting? Elvis, his mom's name was Love, by the way, Love. And you know, he died in Tennessee, TN. Look at that. TN. There was something else to this. Now I can't remember. I remember showing this. Now I can't remember what it's the connection. Darn it. And you know what this can represent? Like the twins, you know, the dragon eating one of the twins. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. What, you know what I mean? I'm just throwing stuff out there. But because one of the twin, you know, Elvis's identical twin died at birth. You know what I mean? But there was something to this, man. I can't remember now. Oh, man. You know what's missing here is the IOU, right? If this is the word evolution, it's missing the U, I, and the O, the IOU. Get it? Anyway, what else was I going to say? I know there was more, but I can't remember now to that puzzle. I wish I could remember now. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so interestingly enough, get a load of this, folks. That George Bush, I told you, he was the 9/11 president, right? And he was the first president. That's a good one. Someone's saying IOU. Yeah, that sounds, yeah, that's right. The IOU, I talked about that. That equals 45. That's right. Because that was that University of Idaho or something like that. So, I forget, man. Something about, I said the IOU or something equaled. Oh, yeah, University of Iowa or Idaho. IUOI. That's what it was called. University of Idaho. In that story of the two of those people that were killed on 1122 King Street. The 1122 is the JFK connection, and it was on King and Queen Cross Street. And that was the day before King Charles's birthday. That murder happened of the 4 students in University of Idaho. And like I said, it was 1122 King Street, and the story came out on King Charles's birthday, 1114. But the murder happened the night before or the day before. But anyway, so Bush, the 9/11 president, and I told you Bush equals June, and the next 9/11 is in June. Sorry, so Bush was the only sitting president. He was the only sitting one. I'm not saying he's the first president that visited this particular place, but he's the first sitting president who visited Graceland. Okay? Who was the only sitting president to visit Graceland?
According to People, Bush, who knew of Koizumi's well-documented love of Elvis Presley's music. Together, Lisa Marie and her mother, Priscilla Presley, took the men on a tour of Graceland, marking the first time a sitting U.S. president visited the iconic Memphis property.
So George Bush Jr. was the first sitting president to visit Graceland. And who did he go with? Who did George Bush Jr. go to Graceland with?
According to People, together, Lisa Marie and her mother.
Which prime minister of Japan went with George Bush Jr. to Graceland?
Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi.
So Junichiro Koizumi, whatever his name is, his first name is Junichiro. Junichiro. O chair, the seat, the crown. Junichiro. Seat, L seat, Seattle. So Junichiro, it's got the word June in it. Juno, get it? You see it? So Junichiro is the prime minister of Japan, visits Bush, goes with Bush to Graceland. And he, well, you know, it's not such a big deal if you think about it when you consider the guy was a big Elvis fan. But when was Junichiro born? Because, you know, Elvis, he was born on January 8th. When was Prime Minister Junichiro born?
Junichiro Koizumi was born on January 8th, 1942.
You see that? So the dude is born on January 8th, 1942. Elvis died at the age of 42. And he was born on January 8th, Elvis. And this Junichiro was born on January 8th in the year 42. And Washington is the 42nd state. And Elvis was known as the king. Seattle's in King County. Okay? And I told you that Seattle is in King County, right? And Elvis is known as the king. But now that King County is named after Martin Luther King. It wasn't named after him before. Now it's named after that king, after Martin Luther King. And what happened to Martin Luther King? He was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived. So the king had the king whacked. You see what I'm saying? Killed. Obviously, you know I don't buy the story. Why are you mentioning Utah? You know Utah is the 45th state. And I told you Trump is the 45th president. And Utah equals the word June. Why are you mentioning that? Did you know that? I've talked about that. Utah equals the word June. Interesting. And what else? It's the exact same numbers as the word Bush in June, the word Utah. I mean, that's why I keep telling you folks, you think these are coincidences that the 45th state equals the word June, Utah? Because it's all about the 45 and the 42. I told you that Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state. Trump is the 45th president. All right? Yeah. No, God bless all of you. I appreciate your comments. Like, look, folks, I like when you guys participate as long as you guys are talking about something that has to do with the video. If you're talking about something that connects to the puzzle, that's good. But if you guys are sitting there talking about Transformers while I'm trying to make points about this puzzle, then it does get on my nerves, yeah. But anyway, so the reason I brought up Bush, okay, because Bush was the 9/11 president, right? And man, where am I going with this? So obviously Bush, because Bush is born in the same year as the 42nd president and the 45th president. They were both all born in 1946. Bill Clinton, Trump, and Bush Jr. So George Bush Jr., like I said, was the 9/11 president. And this is just unreal. So you know that, pay attention, because everything connects to this, has to connect pretty perfectly, the PP. It has to connect, pretty much on the spot, folks. So George Bush Jr., who was the 9/11 president, you know how old he's going to be on June 11th next year? On 6/11/24, from George Bush Jr.'s birthday, the day he's born, okay? Pay attention. But first I want to tell you that the year Elvis died, there was a horse called Seattle Slew who won the Triple Crown, which is the most prestigious race in horse racing. So, and it's hard for a horse to win all three races of that Triple Crown. So the horse wins, and it won on June 11th. It won the Triple Crown. The same year Elvis died, a horse called Seattle Slew. Slew means to kill, violently kill. Okay? So they're going to slew Seattle, right? And they did it on 6/11 77, the year Elvis died, 6/11/77. So it already did, the 42 ritual already happened because Elvis died at the age of 42 that year. Washington is the 42nd state. So the ritual of the 42 has already happened, the ritual. Now, a different ritual has to occur, and I'm going to show you what that ritual is, but I'm not going to show you today. But I'm going to show you a connection with Bush right now. This should amaze you. So Bush, who was the 9/11 president, how old is he going to be on that day, 6/11/24? And remember, Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown on 6/11/77. Okay? Look, this is how old George Bush is going to be on, hold on. Sorry. Look, Seattle Slew wins on 6/11/77. You see? Look how old George Bush is going to be next year on 6/11/24. 77 years, 11 months, 6 days. 6/11/77. It's the backwards numbers, you see? You see that? I'm just saying that's just another, but this is not even nothing. That's why I'm showing you this now. This is nothing compared to what I'm going to show you. Okay? Because I told you that look, I'm going to stop this for a minute. I'm just going to explain to you guys. Look. Let me explain something to you. Someone's saying something about a mulberry bush. It's interesting you mentioned mulberry bush because mulberry is the street name where Martin Luther King was killed. The Lorraine Motel was on Mulberry, and what's interesting is the number. You're saying to yourself right now, well, which is my name. You say, Garo, you told us that 2023 had way more number connections than 2024. Absolutely it does. But what I didn't explain to you guys is that I didn't know that they were chasing my connections, okay? My connections to this puzzle is what they were really chasing for, all right? I knew all those connections already, but I didn't know that that was their end goal, okay? That is what I'm explaining to you. That's why 2023's connections were off the charts. And I told you the reason for that is because it has to be perfect. Every year has to be perfect leading up to their end goal, all right? And their end goal is coming, all right? And it has to happen before the next president takes office in 2025, okay? And I told you that Trump should be the one that becomes the 47th president or whatever the hell they're going to make him, but he's going to be the 47th one. Now, and you'll see why in the very near future. But anyway, this connection, it's not that I didn't know this connection already. It's that it's just one, smidge of, it's not that important. It's important now that it didn't happen in 2023. But what I'm saying to you is that 2023's connections were off the charts because, like I told you, it has to be perfect. All right. Because, like I said, it has to, as long as it connects, just like that Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown on that date has a connection because it's in the world, the information, because it has to be put out there for it to be real. Okay. So when something is put out there, it becomes real and the ritual has taken place. All right. So as long as that, the connection is there, it's still valid. Everything that happens is still valid. Just like Elvis turning 88 years old on this date and him dying on 1/8 and him dying on 8/16. What I'm saying is every number is out there and it connects, but their end goal is what's important, okay? And oh man, what was I going to show? Oh, well, just like I'm showing now that with the reason that they waited for, all these years, because it had to line up with these numbers. And I told you that look, you remember I showed you that 2021, and that's the year that the insurrection. I told you insurrection equals resurrection in Gematria. Same numbers. Insurrection means resurrection. 2021, 2022, 2023 is 6066. Or if you take out the zeros, 221, 222, 223 is 666. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell you is that that it's there. The connection is there already, okay? And just like the date 810 is the 222nd day of the year, but if you use the calculator from the first of the year to August 10th, if you don't count the day on the calculator, it would be 221 days, okay? And on leap year, it'd be 222. I mean, if you don't count the day on the calculator, it would be 221 days. And then if you count that day, it's 222 days. And on a leap year, it's 223 days, okay? So again, so that means that 810 is the 666 connection, because I was just showing you 221, 222, 223, right? 810. 8-1 with a crown. Elvis was born on 1-8. You could say the date backwards, 8-1. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so it was the year of the snake. That's right. And the year that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, the year Elvis died. And Elvis is the serpent. I told you that. The word Washington equals the serpent. And anyway, hold on. And now, how old is Elvis going to be? How old is Elvis going to be? Because I've been telling you guys that Elvis this is just one little smidge of info that I'm showing you. How old is Elvis going to be next year? He's going to be 89 years old in the year 24. And 24th prime number equals 89. Elvis turns 89 next year, and it's the 24th prime number is 89. Okay? So it matches perfectly because it's the year 24. And if you add the 224, pay attention, look. If you add 224 to the 666, it's 89 with a crown, you see? You see the crown? 89 with a crown. And Elvis turns 89 next year, 2024. Okay? Anyway, so what I'm trying to tell you is that it's a super important piece of the puzzle, okay? And so if you look at the way 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, if you added it that way, it would be like that, 8090, and Trump, he's going to get his head wound in Ohio, right? And what does Ohio have? You see? Ohio, the H and the I in Ohio is the 8 and the 9. And that's where Trump's going to get his head wound. High, double O is the two crowns. Look, see? 8090. 0890. You see? See what I'm saying? And by the way, this is nothing compared to what I'm trying to tell you here. These are just very, very minor compared to what I'm going to show you, because like I told you, I did not know that they were chasing my crown, okay? I knew that I had a crown in heaven that was waiting for me. I just have to endure to the end. But they are trying to get my crown. And I told you they need me to take their mark in order to win. And once I break the matrix, which I'm going to do, and it's going to manifest before your eyes, and they're going to, like I said, they're going to need me to take the mark in order to win. And I told you guys that I'm not taking that mark, all right? But again, that's why we need each other. We need to give each other strength. And that way we know we're not alone in this insane world, man. I mean, when I say insane, this is insanity. To think that there is this behind the scenes spiritual war going on that we can't see. You know what I mean? It's unreal what's going on. And that's why that matrix says it like that, where it says, you know, what you see isn't what you're seeing. You know what I mean? It's like you can't see it unless you have spiritual eyes, you know, and spiritual ears to understand what is, you know, right in front of you. Yeah, they can't win because the Bible says they don't win. So I already know the end. But what I'm trying to say is we need to help each other, okay? That's all I'm saying. We need to give each other strength, you know? Anyway, that's, like I said, that's nothing compared to what I you know, I have what I have waiting. So now I'm going to show you something about Trump's head wound, okay? And I'm going to end it with this, all right? With this. Okay. Now, before I show you that, just before I show you that, let me show you this real quick. So, hold on. Okay. I hope you guys are getting what I'm throwing out there, folks. So now pay attention, okay? This is about Trump's head wound, but first, it also connects to 6/11. So listen, this is JFK's birthday, 5/29, okay? 5/29's backwards date. I'm going to show you how it's the backwards date in a moment, but 5/29 backwards date is August 4th. Now, listen, August 4th's Julian calendar date would be 7/22, because see, we're on the Gregorian calendar, and 8/4 would be 7/22 on the old Julian calendar. Now, 6/11, its backwards date is 7/22. So, and August 4th's Julian calendar date is 7/22. Backwards date is 7/22, and 6/11 on the Julian calendar is 5/29. So do you see how it's a perfect circle? 5/29 backwards date is August 4th. August 4th, Julian calendar is 7/22. 7/22's backwards date is 6/11. 6/11 on the Julian calendar is 5/29. It's a perfect circle. Okay? Okay, why I'm bringing, okay, pay attention. So JFK was the guy who got the head wound, right? JFK got his crown knocked off. Get it? The crown, his head is a crown. So 5/29 he was born. 5/29 is the 149th day of the year, which leaves 216 days in the year. That's why August 4th, which is the 216th day of the year, is the day Trump gets his head wound, is the backwards date of of May 29th, which is JFK's birthday. Do you understand? That's what backwards date means. So whatever date you pick, its backwards date has to equal the 365. Because that's what would make a backwards date, whatever days remain. So 5/29 is the 149th day of the year, which remains 216 days in the year, and that obviously is going to equal 365. So the backwards date of JFK's birthday is Trump's head wound day, which is also Obama's birthday. Trump gets the head wound on August 4th. Okay, got it? That's the backwards date. Now, watch how it all connects, folks. Watch. Look at this. Pay attention. Trump is born on 6/14/46, the year. Look at this. JFK's birthday is 5/29, the date, not the year. 5/29 is the date. Watch this. The fifth prime number is 11. The 29th prime number is 109. So if you look at the totals, it's 34 and 120 for the totals for 5/29 and its prime numbers of 11 and 109. Okay. Now, Trump's head wound is on 8/4, which is also Obama's birthday. The eighth prime number is 19. The fourth prime number is 7. Okay, look at what its total is, 12 and 26. Now, if you add up the totals of 34 and 120 makes 146. You add up the 120, which is the prime number, and the prime numbers for 8/4 is 26. And then you add up the dates of 34 and over here 12, it equals 46. Look at that. 146, 46. And you know they say the date backwards in the UK. They say 14/6, 46 the year. That's Trump's birthday right there in your face. Do you see it? Trump's birthday is 6/14/46. You say it backwards, it's 14/6/46. 14. Where am I? I don't even know where. What am I doing? I'm pointing at the stupid phone. Look, 14/6/46. You see? Does anyone understand what I just showed there? Does anyone find what I just showed incredible? Do you see what I'm showing you, folks? Come on, are you awake? Are you guys awake, man? I don't get it, man. Do you not understand it? There's 64 people in the chat. Oh my God, I get so frustrated, man. This is so ridiculous. Do you understand what I just showed you? Are you not getting what I just showed you? There's more, by the way. I'm just showing you that first part. So JFK's birthday is the backwards date of August 4th. That's one thing already. JFK is the one who got the head wound. JFK's birthday is the backwards date of Trump's head wound day, which is August 4th, right? Which is Obama's birthday, but Trump gets the head wound. And then, like I said, I was showing you the prime numbers. If you add, because that's the date that JFK was born, 5/29. Fifth prime number is 11, 29th prime number is 109. You add it up, it's 120 and 34, right? And then Trump's head wound is 8/4. Add up those numbers, 12. The prime numbers for 8 and 4 is 19 and 7. It equals 26. If you add all those numbers together, the 34 and the 12 and the 120 and the 26, it adds up to Trump's birthday. 6/14/46, 14/6/46. Okay? Now, so remember, I was showing you the prime numbers for 8 and 4. Okay? So, Trump is the 45th president, and the 45th prime number is 197. It just so happens that the day Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4, eighth prime number is 19, and the fourth prime number is 7. 197. Trump is the 45th president. The 45th prime number is 197. I showed this years ago, folks. But look, do you see? 8/4 is 197. 45th prime is 197. Now, please tell me, in what realm of possibility could this be a coincidence when you understand that how it came to the dates, how it came all supernatural, because it is from the Holy Spirit. This was my destiny from the day I was born, and you are going to see it manifest before your eyes, folks, okay? And anyway, so now, speaking of backwards birthdays, what is Trump's backwards birthday? Trump's backwards birthday is 7/19. Okay, and by the way, you see the 6 and the 7? Elvis equals 67, and his identical twin, Jesse, equals 67. And you have 6 times 7 is 42. Elvis died at the age of 42. Anyway, forget all that. But anyway, look, 14 and 19 is 33, you know. But forget about that too. But look, it's backwards date. Trump's backwards birth date is 7/19. You see that? 7/19. 7/19. Look. For the prime numbers, for 8 and 4, his head wound day is 7 and 19. Look, you see? Please explain to me how that's possible. 7/19. Where is it? 7 and 19. And his backwards birthday is 7/19. And there's more. What is the 7th prime number? Is 17. And the 19th prime number is 67. 7/19 obviously equals 26, which is the word God. And look, 17 and 67 equals 84. Look at that. 84. You see? And look, the 110. 110 is like the word perfect, and that's why the towers each had 110 floors, you know. Now, if that's still not enough for you, in between, because JFK's birthday is 5/29, right? And I told you its backwards date is August 4th, which is the day Trump gets his head wound. So JFK's birthday, the guy who got the head wound, his backwards date is August 4th. And that's the day Trump gets his head wound. And in between 5/29 and 8/4 is 67 days. And if you add the day, it's 68. So it's 67 or 68, depending if you add the day or not. And look, Elvis equals 67 forwards, 68 backwards. You see? 67, 68. And look, notice that Elvis, his total is 89, because next year he turns 89. Folks, you don't understand. I'm trying to explain all of this to you guys because the puzzle had to be perfect every year. From the day Elvis was born, all the puzzle pieces had to match perfectly, or the spell doesn't work. Don't you understand that? This is why I'm trying to. It's all crooked, this thing. This is why all these pieces of the puzzle are matching. But there is an end, folks. There is an end to this madness. And it's coming up. All right? There is an end to it. And like I said, it all connects to me. Because I told you, yes, Jenny, that's right. You know, I know what you're talking about, by the way. So what I was going to say was that all the pieces had to fit. And I was saying that it's connected to me. And that's why I was obsessed with Elvis. My first obsession in life was Elvis. My first obsession in life was Elvis. Okay? I was going around combing my hair like Elvis, singing every Elvis song. I would put the transistor radio next to my head every night, listen to Elvis Hour between 11 and 12 o'clock on KRLA. You know, they used to have, and let's see if even they say that, because I don't even know if they listed that on Google. Was there a radio station, KRLA, who would play Elvis between 11 and 12 every night? Where is it? No, they don't even list it. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Nobody would know that. Hold on. Does it even say KRLA here? Oh, yeah. It's weird that they don't put it out there. Anyway, so anyone who remembers that would know as a child, if they remembered. There was a radio station called KRLA, and I believe it was 1110 or 1150. I'm not sure. Or it could I know it was in the 11s on the radio, whatever the frequency thing, whatever it was. So anyway, Elvis was my first obsession, and that is why. And also, my name Garo equals the word king, and Elvis was the king, and Seattle's in King County. Anyway, that's why Elvis's full name, Elvis Aaron Presley, Trump's full name, Donald John Trump, and my full name that I was born with equals 611. And backwards, it equals 847, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 611847. Okay, 7 is like a crown anyway. So it's like basically 611 and the 84 right in our names, together, because they need me. I'm trying to explain this to you, okay? Anyway, so anyway, like I said, that this is no coincidence, folks. And like I said, I did not know. I knew that I was part of the puzzle. I just didn't know that I was the puzzle to them. I'm literally the puzzle that they need to break. They think they can break into heaven through me. I'm trying to make you guys understand this, because I'm telling you, I have a crown waiting for me in heaven. Okay? And not just any crown. I'm trying to make you guys understand that. All right? One day you'll understand very soon. Hold on. I just want to make sure I don't mix up these cards here. All right, folks. I think that's it. There's so much more, folks. Like I said, I knew I was that they had to get to my number stand in the very near future. What I'm talking about. And it all connects to this MLK and to 9/11 and to 6/11 and to the twins. Okay, you'll see what I'm talking about. And like I said, the reason that every year had to be perfect, because God is perfect, and if someone is trying to be an imposter of God, they're going to try to make everything perfect. Okay, but nothing they do feel, okay, because the Holy Spirit revealed it to me, and I'm going to reveal it to you, okay, because this was my destiny, and this is where the puzzle becomes not perfect. All right, and their plans are going to fail. All right, anyway, that's right. And my sister's name is ELO. Okay, I don't listen. It's such a long. It's like I said, it's such an incredible puzzle that it's so impossible, for me to explain it all in one video, man. I told you, you need to hold every detail of how this knowledge, you'll understand. All right, it was a long, torturous road, but it was all worth it, folks. Anyway, God bless all of you. And like I said, soon in the near future, I'll be doing information video that's going to blow your mind, okay? All right, God bless all of you. Jesus is God. End of video. No. I do not like the way I look here. Anyway, folks, end of video. Jesus is God. God bless all of you.